YouTube is doing, but it messes me up every time. I'm going to have to go get my other tripod because the tripod I got doesn't work to go vertical. So bear with me just a second. Plus I had to turn the sound off. Let me go in the house and get the other tripod because this one's not going to work for outside. Or for not for this video because it's making me go vertical and I didn't want to. So I got to go get the other tripod. Oh, I just don't know what else is going to go wrong. You know, seems like everything is trying me. I hope y'all have been having a better day than me today. It's such a nice day. I figured I'd do my live from out here. It's just nice. I mean, it's not hot. It's not cold. Let me sit that down here a minute. Get this tripod leg open. It was quiet out here, and I'm hoping it stays quiet. So we don't get interrupted. It's even hard to get my phone in this tripod, y'all. Nothing cooperates good with me. There, if the phone don't jump out. I'll fix me a display out here. There, I think maybe that'll be good. Because I'm not any taller than the little scarecrow boy. And I got my fur babies around here. So. Oh, let's see who we got in the house. We've got 20 watching. We got Shatika, Frida, Brooklyn, Time Traveler, Paula, Wilson. Where's Gladys and Connie and Susan? Where's my regular mods at? And there's Dennis. Hey, Dennis, how are you doing today? I think you are taller than that scarecrow. Yeah, I am. But he's standing up on the table and I'm sitting down. I think that's as close as I can get him. Well, I got my water bottle there. So I can probably move him over a tiny bit. There he goes. So now I feel like I'm not in the picture by myself. Y'all hear me okay? Is the sound on the camera okay? I'm quite a ways away from it, so I wasn't sure how it was picking up my sound. Okay, good. Brooklyn says yes. Yeah, it's such a nice day out here. It's quiet, sunshiny, but it's not hot. It's 81 degrees right now, just comfortable. Nice weather to be outside. I was watching a butterfly flying around over behind my carport over here. Loud and clear, okay. I did bring my cough drops out here because I'm breathing the air outside. And you know what that does to me? It's even worse than inside. And the breeze is blowing. It's real calm, but every once in a while you feel a little breeze blowing, which is real nice. Here goes my neighbor. And I think this made a pretty good backdrop. I got my scarecrow, my pumpkins, my fall decoration in front. And I got a white background to the house behind me. My table's white. So I thought it made a pretty good backdrop for my video today. Yeah, it'd be real nice to go flying in a small plane. It sure would. It sure would. You know, I used to date a guy years ago that owned several planes. He worked at Comanche Peak Nuclear Power Plant. And he was an engineer out there. But he was a pilot during the war in the Navy. So he knew how to fly planes. He owned an aerobatic plane, which he took me flying in, which he taught lessons in. Did all kind of stunts in it, which scared me to death. And he owned a 25 passenger plane, which was a pretty good sized plane that he was restoring, but you know, he flew in it occasionally, and I did fly with him some. He had a 48 Stinson biplane, which was a pretty little plane. I've never been up in a hot air balloon, y'all. That would be an experience. Have you ever been in a hot air balloon, time traveler? I feel like I'm looking down all the time because I'm trying to read the chat over here, but I've got my phone here. And it doesn't do much for reading chat because the chat's kind of small. It's hard to get in and out of a hot air balloon. Well, it looks like it would be. You just about have to have a ladder to get in and a ladder to get out. I know I would, as short as I am. I'm only like 5'2", so my legs wouldn't be long enough to climb in it. Dennis says it leaves the ground, I'm not going. I'd be terrified to go up in a hot air balloon. I used to be scared to death to fly in an airplane, but I kind of got over that a little bit. Time traveler's only 5 foot, so you're 2 inches shorter than me. I put the settings on subscribers only. So at least if people come into the live chat today, they've got to be a subscriber. Just anybody can't pop in like they did yesterday and leave degrading comments like they did yesterday. So hopefully today will be better. Yeah, it'd be fun if I was not so afraid of heights. It used to make me deathly ill to go up in an airplane. I started flying when I was 13. My parents put me on a plane to go to New York to stay with my aunt and uncle for the summer to help babysit with their newborn child, Karen, my cousin, who was a baby. And I was like 13. Oh, I was so sick. I threw up on the plane, and then I was sick for days after that. I was sick for days, throwing up after that when I got there. My dad flew small planes, used to take us for rides. It was fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Linda, can you make a brisket? I've never made a brisket. I really never could afford to buy one. I've got chicken. I was going to barbecue some chicken legs, and I just didn't get around to taking them out of the freezer to thaw them up to do it today. So maybe it'll be one later on this week. Oh, is that what it is, Uncle BB? I don't know. With YouTube's new settings, I set it for horizontal every time I start setting up a new, live or scheduling a new live. But every time I hit live to go live with it, it flips it vertical every time, and I don't know why. And I haven't taken the time to do research into YouTube to see what's going on with it. And I need to do that. Oh, play time traveler's okay with planes, but gets dizzy on step stool or looking over the edge of a cliff. Oh my goodness. If I was up in a hot air balloon, I'd be sitting in the bottom of the basket. That's where I'd be. I'm one of these people that when we went to Six Flags and went up in the tower they've got, everybody else walked to the edge of the tower and was looking down, around at the railing. I was standing with my back against the elevator. I wouldn't go to the edge. Well, thank you, love from Belfast, Ireland. Welcome to our live today. Love right back at you. My neighbors across the street in the privacy fence, they have chickens. I kind of like hearing them. And I'm sorry that they made them get rid of the roosters. Everybody had to get rid of their roosters because they won't allow roosters anymore. Used to, they allowed one rooster with at least 12 chickens. But now you can't have a rooster, but you can still have your chickens. Wilson, who wants to cook some pork bones and rice? You know what I cooked for lunch today? Well, I haven't eaten it yet. I cooked some chicken livers and rice. I actually bought them to go fishing with, and I never did get to go. And I said I need to cook them before they're not, I have to throw them away. So I went ahead and cooked them. You hardly see over the top. That's why you felt safe. Yeah, as long as I don't see how high up I am, I'd be okay. I'd have to sit down in the basket. I thought about getting them, but I don't know. I've never owned chickens myself. My grandparents always had them on the farm. But I've never had any just myself to take care of. So I said, I don't know if I want to take on taking care of chickens or not. Just like these two fur babies, I don't know what I'll do if I have to go away for a week or something. Or go home to visit family, because I don't know who I would get to feed them, and I couldn't take both of them with me. I used to take one cat with me, my crybaby that I used to have years ago. I used to take that one with me every time I went home, because that cat loved to ride in the car. And he was trained for a leash, so when I stopped at the rest areas to go to the restroom or get water or anything, I could walk him around on the leash to do his business, and he was fine. It was funny because people would look at him, take double takes, and say, "Oh my gosh, that's a cat on a leash." I said, "Right." But I had to train him for a leash to be able to travel with them, because if you open your door, sometimes they'll want to run out, and I wasn't sure he would run off in the rest area where the bathrooms were, and me not be able to get him back to the car or not. So I trained my cats for a leash. I haven't trained these yet, because really I hadn't considered them mine, but I guess they've adopted me. I step in it every time. Yeah, well, with chicken manure, you got to be careful, because fresh chicken manure is real strong. And if you don't really know what you're doing, you can put too much to your plants and it'll literally burn your plants up. So a lot of times you have to, clean out the chicken coop, put it in a pile, and leave it for a certain length of time, and then use it on your plants. Don't use it right away. Whereas if you had rabbits, you can do that. I mean, you can clean a rabbit cage out like right now and then go ahead and put it on your plants, and it's not going to hurt them. And it'll be fertilizer, plant food for your plants. And I thought about getting rabbits, and then I said, I don't know, the way they breed, I'll have so many rabbits, I'm not going to know what to do with all of them. So, I don't know. I've just refrained on getting either one. Used to have one rabbit years and years ago, and I love that rabbit. Pretty and white rabbit, fluffy rabbit. Beautiful pet. Wilson Todd, like your culinary diversity. Susan said she finally got here. I don't know where Gladys and Connie are at. They haven't showed up yet. Know what that white is on the top of the chicken poop? No, I don't. I just assumed it was part of the chicken poop. You'll have to enlighten us. That's what I figured then. It's just more chicken poop. Yeah, it's funny. Real funny, Dennis. I was hoping April would be here today. I don't see her. Where's April? Ash, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but thank you for that compliment. And hello to you too. Ashkita. Ashkita. Ask. Shitha. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but welcome. You'll be laying out your pills for a bit. Well, that's okay. Well, that's perfectly fine, Susan. Time traveler's got rabbits all over their property, and they feed themselves and entertain me too. Yeah, that would be okay if I could just turn them loose and they take care of themselves and just stay here. Well, thank you. I just don't know how to properly pronounce your name, so I don't want to totally mispronounce it. Who likes pecan pie? I love pecan pie. I do too, and my grandma wants to fry them. Get a goat. We can't have goats here. Goats are forbidden. We cannot have any type of farm animal. And I don't know why I guess they don't consider chickens a farm animal. But to me, they're farm animals. But you can't have a goat, a cow, a horse, a cow, anything like that. Can't have a pig. One lady, like a block away from me years ago, she had a goat, and he got loose one day, and he started wandering up the street, and he ate the neighbor's flowers. Oh, she had a fit. She reported that the woman had a goat, and they made her get rid of it because it was against the subdivision's rules to have a goat on your property. But yeah, that goat went over there and cleaned out every bit of her flowers, ate every one of them. How do you get rid of mosquitoes? Smoke gets rid of them. You can get mosquito repellent, like stuff to spray on you, or you can get mosquito repellent, like to spray in the house that gets rid of them. What do you call those things that you light and burn? It's like an incense, but it's a mosquito repellent. You can get those and put them in your house or on your porch or just outside your front door. Oh my goodness, Bill Miller sells pecan pies. I got mine for 10 cents. Well, you can't get a pecan pie any cheaper than that. Oh my gosh. You pay about $8, $9 for one here. Fainting goats are funny. I've never seen one faint. Yes, citronella is real good. I've got a big citronella candle. It's about this big around and it's in a tin bucket that you can set out on your porch or patio or wherever you're sitting outside and burn it. And that scent that comes from the candle will repel mosquitoes. So I don't know if you have citronella candles or anything like that in your area, but you can get those to repel mosquitoes. There's even citronella plants that they claim work as well. Oh, really? Vinegar and lemon peels and spray for mosquitoes. I never knew that. I never tried it. I've never heard anybody say to do that. But yeah, I may try it. I feel bad because instead of me looking up here at y'all, I'm looking down here reading the screen. In Florida, we put up bat houses and the bats eat mosquitoes at night. Well, that's neat. That's nice to know. I've never seen any bats around here. Maybe Texas is too hot for them. I think they like to stay around damp, moist, cool areas like caves. And I know in North Carolina, I saw one. I forgot and left my car window down one night. And I came out in my car to go to work the next day. And I opened the door and I just happened to glance down in the back seat, or not, in the back floorboard. Because, you know, you can open your door in the kind of car I had. And there was a space between the back of the seat and the doorway. And you could look right straight down into your floor of your back seat. And there was a bat in there. And I thought at first he was dead, but then he started moving and it scared me. I didn't know what to do with him. And it was just a couple of blocks to my parents' house. So I drove just a couple of blocks to my parents' house with that bat in the car and hollered for my brother. I said, you need to come help me get this bat out of here. I don't know how to get this bat out of my car. So he got him out for me. And you better believe after that, I kept my windows rolled up at night. And there's no caves around where I live. That was in my hometown. But there's a lot of trees, bushes, and damp areas. You know, a lot of moisture around. And that's the kind of places the bats like. You put up a bat house, but no bats moved in. I've never put up a bat house. I put up bird houses, and usually the birds eventually do use them. And I've never put the birdhouse back up on the top of the stumps on the back side of the house yet. Because, you know, that last big storm we had with the high winds, it must have been like a small tornado that come through. Because it ripped the birdhouse right off the top. It was down on the ground the next morning. And I've picked it up. I put it on the back patio. And I said I was going to repair it and put it back up, but I've never done it. I've been too busy. Been too busy. Oh, I used to get called all the time, every year, Wilson, for jury duty. But after you pass a certain age, I don't know, I don't remember what the age is. But once you reach that age, they send you a card and give you the opportunity to not ever be called for jury duty again, you know, or you can go ahead and be called every year. I marked, I don't want to be called, so they've never called me for jury duty since. Dennis, your aunt hit your uncle with a cast iron skillet. Oh my God, did she knock him out? That's funny. I want to show you the fur babies. Let me get up and go show you the fur babies. There's Lucky laying down. Let me move this chair. And there's little Buddy. They're both laying right out there, right at the edge of the table. So y'all always ask, where's the little Buddy and Lucky? They're not usually far away from me. I came out here, they've gathered around. They gathered around for sure. So how's that for fur babies? And I've got a package here from April. And I keep wanting to wait for her to come in to chat so she's here when I open it, because I haven't opened it yet. I know she was in chat last night, but for a very short time. And I told her I'd open the package today, so I was hoping she'd be here. Day Slay, well, hello. Welcome to our live chat, Snow White. I know people, they say they hate everyone and they always excuse him. Both of them are males. Yeah, you're asking me if any of the males are fur baby, any male fur babies. Both of these fur babies are male cats. Neither one of them is female. Yeah, I don't like it either. I actually had to serve on two juries that I remember, because I got called a lot of times that they picked a jury before they ever got to me. So I was lucky I didn't have to stay. But there was 2 times I remember that I was picked. No, 3 times. One was on a pilot, an airplane pilot, who him and his wife were in a big battle, and they were going through a divorce, and she was suing for the kids and the custody of the kids, and she was claiming he was abusive, sexually abusive to their daughters. I don't know. It was a bad mess. But I was called for that. But luckily, I did not have to serve on that jury, because I kind of knew the people, and I didn't. There's no way I wanted to be on that jury. And then there was one time it was on a drug charge where this guy was pulled over. He was on probation of some kind, and they found a roach, which is a joint, you know, in the ashtray of the truck. And get this, he was trying to claim it was his wife's, so he wouldn't get in trouble. But he did get in trouble over it. They found him guilty and charged him with it and all. And then there was another one where this older couple was trying to evict these people out of their rent house. They were having some kind of dispute, and they were fighting it because the lady was pregnant due to give birth anytime. And it's so hard to find rent houses. They didn't want to have to go through all that at that particular time. But the way things were going, we found it best that they go ahead and leave that house, but give them their deposits and stuff back to where they have money to put down on another place. I mean, it was a real touchy situation. And I said after that, I don't ever want to be on another jury. No way. Well, I got neighbors pulled up across the street, so you might hear them talking in the background. Nobody'd ever come up unless I come out here to go live. You know how that is. Grandma come to India. Oh, it'd be nice to go traveling to India, Iran, Pakistan, China, Japan, Italy. I'd especially love to go to Italy. There's a lot of places I'd like to travel to, but I've never been able to afford to do that. You'll have to come to the USA. Claim you know the people and you would be prejudiced. That's one way. Because they'll ask you. Oh, there was one time I got out of a jury duty because it was charges filed against a police officer, and they were having a trial over it, and they were picking a jury. And when it come, for me to fill out the thing and them ask me questions, I told them that because they asked me if there was any reason that I thought that I'd be prejudiced in the case, and I said yes, because I have police officers in my family. So I got out of it just by saying that, and that was true. I do have, my uncle was chief of police in North Carolina. My grandfather was a police officer and detective in New York City. So I felt like I would be prejudiced, I guess, maybe, in their behalf somehow. And one time I got out of it because I was taking college classes, and it would have taken me out of my college classes. So I was able to not be chosen for jury duty for that reason. Yeah, if you have any indication that you know the people, or you might be prejudiced against male or female, either one, or you might be swayed because of anything like that, that's a reason that you can give to get out of jury duty. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry about that. Akshitha. She said she applied for a visa to come to America but was rejected because of Corona. Yeah, they weren't letting people travel anywhere when Corona was so bad. It didn't matter where you were from. Even for the longest time, people flying from the United States, even to Hawaii, were quarantined in the airport for like 14, 15 days when they got off the airplane, because that happened to a friend of mine. Where is April? I want April in here when I open this package. April, if you're watching, you need to come into the live. What? Let me change my name for you. No, you're fine. I just wish I could hear you pronounce your name, which I can't. Akshitha. That's about as close as I can come to it. And that's probably not anywhere near the way you pronounce it. Maybe it's Ashitha. I don't know if the K is silent or not. Little buddy's up in his swing now, laying down, swinging. I'm not close enough to the camera to turn it on him. I'd have to get up. But I think I'll do that. He got up there and just swinging. He loves laying in the swing. He likes getting up there, especially if I'm sitting beside him. He'll get up there and sit with me. Maybe she's purposely not going to be here because I told her I was going to open the package today. Yeah, he's just swinging. There she is. Aloha. Sorry I'm late. I've been at the beach. Well, that was a nice place to be at because I was just getting ready to open the package you sent. This came yesterday from April, and I haven't opened it. All the way from Hawaii. Oh my goodness, looks like more tea. They kind of crushed the package up, but that's okay. This is passion fruit tea, y'all. Oh, I bet that's going to be good. Passion fruit tea. Bold and majestic, it says. Taste of Aloha. See what else is in here. Oh, here's another box. Mango Maui. Mango tea. She's got me fixed up with coffee and tea, doesn't she? Thank you so much, April. I'm going to enjoy these teas, I know. Here's another one. They kind of got rough on the boxes when they were shipping it. That's okay. It's not going to hurt the way the tea tastes. See if I can straighten it up a little bit. This is hibiscus lemon, honey lemon tea. Hibiscus honey lemon green tea. How neat is that? I'm going to enjoy that, April. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, she's spoiling me. Oh my goodness. I'm sending my pumpkins for a ride over here. And here's more Maui coffee, toasted coconut. Toasted coconut coffee, look at that. Little girl is actually from Rajasthan. I can't pronounce the name of where she's from either. See the snake dancers give you lessons. But thank you so much, April. See what else we got in here. We got more stuff in here, y'all. And here is Hawaiian iced tea, sweetened with pure cane sugar. A package of it. How neat is that, y'all? Hawaiian iced tea lemon flavor. Just add water, it says. Oh my goodness. This is a Belgium milk chocolate. 100% Kona coffee beans and pure Tahitian vanilla. A candy bar, y'all. Can you believe that? Oh my goodness, April. April's spoiling me. Pure Tahitian vanilla. 290 calories. It's called a Kona bar. A Kona bar, y'all. Thank you so much, April. I'm going to enjoy drinking all this and eating that Kona bar. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I have such sweet subscribers to send me stuff like that. And she says, I'm trying to think of something different to send you next time. Well, whatever you get, I know I'm going to enjoy. I already see that I enjoy everything else you sent. A little girl says, Granny, can I come for tea? Sure. I need to have a tea party, a virtual tea party online, huh? Have a live party. For now, she's time traveler, says that little girl. For now, I only watch on TV, YouTube, yeah. Who likes cornflakes, Wilson says. I like cornflakes. I like cornflakes, but I haven't had them in a long time. Yeah, I always would eat cornflakes, Raisin Bran, Frosted Flakes, shredded wheat. I think Raisin Bran was one of my favorites. And then cornflakes was right behind it because I always loved to cut up bananas in my cornflakes. Loved it that way. But yeah, I'm going to enjoy all this tea. Oh my goodness, and all the coffee and oh goodness gracious. How about some birthday cake? Well, we had the birthday cake last night. I put half of it in the freezer. I barely had room to wrap it up and put it in the freezer. And then the rest of it is in a container in the refrigerator. Because I said, I'm not eating that whole cake anytime soon. Yeah, I might fix me either a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and eat a piece of cake later on. Time Traveler says one of my favorite cold drinks is made from hibiscus flowers. In Jamaica, it's made from for holidays. It's called sorrel. I get the dried blossoms from New York and make it. Oh, wow. The breeze is stirring up some pollen, so it's making me cough, y'all. I can't think of anything, April. I like it when I'm surprised. I don't know what I'm getting till I open it. I'm like a kid, I guess. I like surprises. And kid says, let's dance, Granny. No, Wilson, you can keep your pig's feet. I don't want any pig's feet. I can do without the pig's feet. No, I don't like pig's feet. My dad loved them, but I don't. I don't want them. That would cost way too much, April. Shipping is outrageous these days. I don't want you spending all that kind of money. Yeah, I got water here. I took a little drink of tea. I was hoping that it's calm enough, that I wouldn't be breathing so much of the pollen and stuff. But I see I am. But it's a perfect day to be out here. Well, thank you, April. She's telling me I'm worth it. Wilson Todd, corn is controlled by Monsanto now and GMO, so no. Huh. April's making Maui mango tea right now. Well, I've got pineapple iced tea right here. I made a picture of pineapple tea with the two tea bags. Kid says it's 2 a.m. here and I go to school at 7 a.m. I don't feel sleepy. You might fall asleep in class later on today, though. Wow, 2 a.m. That's a lot of time difference between here and there, because it's 3:47 p.m. here Central Time. Yeah, honey and lemon. I got honey and lemon both in my refrigerator. Next Door Life. Well, hello, you're a newbie. I haven't seen your name before, but welcome. We always like welcoming new people. Yeah, it sounds good to me. I can't wait to try it. But this is pineapple tea here that came with one of the first boxes she sent me. And when you make it the way I do it, I don't like it too strong. It has a hint of pineapple taste. It's real good. You'll become addicted to tea. Indian tea is so much different. I bet it is too. Yeah, I'm outside today, Next Door Life. I've never heard of pineapple wine. Oh my goodness. You make it in Hawaii, in Maui. Oh wow. I got little Buddy asleep in the swing, and Lucky's right over here using the rock as a pillow where he was when I showed him to you before. He's in the same spot sleeping. He's a baby. He wants something to cuddle up into. So he always gets in a spot where he can have a rock as a pillow, or he wants to get up in a flower pot and use it as a bed. I thought about making both of them cat houses, as I call it. A little house, kind of like a dog house, but put their names on it and call it a cat house. But I don't know if they'd ever use it. Well, thank you, Next Door Life, but it is a shirt or blouse. It's not a dress. I've got on jeans. And I'm sorry I have to keep looking down because I'm reading the chat over here. Time Traveler says, I'm drinking chai right now. Oh, we got that other orange cat coming over. And my cats do not like that other orange cat. Get. 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 Go back to your own house. He has a collar, so he belongs to somebody. But he comes over here and he wants to fight with my cat, these two cats, and he wants to eat their food, and they don't like it. He is invading their territory. Can we have a house tour? Oh, you don't want to see my house right now. I mean, I thought y'all saw my living room and my dining room or kitchen enough in all my videos that you get tired of seeing it. That's one reason I came out here. I thought you'd like a little bit different scenery in my video for a change, or my live. One will come down the street early before daylight, and sometimes just the sound of it roaring down the street will wake me up, because my bedroom is here close to the street. And sometimes I'm so sound asleep I just sleep through it. Yeah, 5 a.m. is too early to get woke up. And there's Ann. Hello, Ann. How are you doing today? Yeah, I'm going to pretty soon eat this little one that I got here, this pumpkin, because it's starting to discolor on the outside. But this one is fine, so it'll last quite a while longer. But I think I'm going to make a pie or something out of this little one before it goes bad. And of course, I'll do a video on it whenever I cook it, I guess. Well, that sounds good. I bet it's good to eat it like a squash. Put cinnamon and sugar on it and butter. Oh, that would be real good. A lot of the Indian food that I've ever tried was real hot and spicy, which I don't like it too hot. And then sometimes they use a lot of curry, and I don't particularly care for all that curry. I guess it's just a taste that I'm not used to. Next Door Life said their power is out. Oh, goodness. When you used to ride the school bus, it would come at 5 a.m. or 7:30 a.m. Yeah, that's early. That's early, early. I got mosquitoes flying around me, or I thought I had one a while ago. I don't see it now. Yeah, Wilson, how is your uncle doing? And Ann, how are you doing? Yeah, that was so early for a little child to have to leave at 6:30 in the morning. We had to leave early enough to go make his rounds and pick all the kids up and then get them to school by the time school let in. Why is your power out next door, Life? Well, I don't know where Gladys and Connie and Susan disappeared. I'm doing the same, still can't hold my head up. I have to hold it up with a brace on my hand. The doctor told me I will never be able to hold my head up. Oh, wow. I guess he knows at this point you've got a good malpractice suit on your hands. You should have something to compensate you for that. Because he even told you that he wished he had not done the surgery the first time. So, I mean, I know it's hard to do. Someone you trust, you hate to turn around and sue them, but, and that's what I hated when I went through the cancer center. I had a lawsuit against them, but I never filed it. For one, at that particular time, I couldn't go through the stress of it all. I just couldn't deal with it after everything else. So, oh no, next door Life. Have you called the power company to let them know that your electricity is out so they'll come check on it and see what's going on? That's what I do. I call the power company. They've got to have emergency lines to call. Oh, they just fixed it. Well, good, good, good. Sure, that bad neighbor or steal his dog at least. I must have missed some of the chat because I don't know what's going on with that one. And I don't remember who left the comment to one of my videos where they were asking me, don't I ever do just a composting video? I've done several composting videos off and on through the years since I've started this video. In fact, I've done part of the video when I planted my collard plants. I showed you how I built my own composting in place in the buckets. The only difference when I put it in a compost pile is if I put it in a compost pile or bin where I'm not going to plant in it right away, I don't put anything in the one that I'm going to plant in that will attract ants, like anything sugary, breads, meats, that type of thing that will attract ants to come to it. I only use food scraps like cabbage leaves, cooked cabbage, lettuce, peelings from potatoes or peelings from squash or something like that. That goes in my compost that I'm going to fill my pots and totes up that I'm going to plant in right away. When I build the compost pile that lasts all winter, takes it all winter to break down, I put anything in it. I put broken down wood, I put leaves, I put garden scraps, I put table scraps, everything goes in it. even cake, bread, that type of thing goes in that compost pile, because it'll have all winter to break down and for the ants to go crazy with it. And then by the time you want to use it to plant with that spring, the ants will be gone. There'll be no more bugs in it. You might have a few worms, which will be good, earthworms, but everything else will be broke down over the winter months, and you can go ahead and use it in the spring for spring planting. Next Door Life says sub. I don't know what that was the answer to. But yeah, I'm working on the raised bed back there now. You know, I did have it around my buckets for my collard plants, but I decided to take it away from there because I've got it fixed to where I've got a ground cover under the bucket so the grass doesn't grow up between it. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm building the raised bed platform on the other side of the yard where I had my watermelon. And I'm in the process of building compost in it now. I've been putting broken down wood. I've been putting cardboard, paper, food scraps. Ooh, that was a big old hard acorn it hit. Sounded like a rock hit the roof. But yeah, I put just about anything in a compost pile you can put in there that's going to break down if you're not going to plant in it right away. Just remember, if you're fixing a pot or tote or a raised bed that you want to plant in immediately as soon as you get it built, then don't put anything in it that's going to attract ants to come to it. Because if you do, the ants will eat the roots of your plants that you put in there. So that's just a tip, the one thing to remember about compost. Basically, anything goes with compost. And my compost tea, I'll put potato peelings, squash peelings, any of the leaves out of the garden, you know, like cabbage, collards, spinach, squash. Any of those leaves go in my compost tea buckets that if I want to make a compost tea, or in the big 32-gallon containers. April says she's got a compost pile. Well, what kind of stuff do you put in your compost pile, April? Because my big compost pile that I've got the wire around, I'm not using that until the spring of the year, so I'm putting anything in there. Old dead plants, anything goes in that. All veggie and fruit scraps, yeah. So you're putting all stuff in there that doesn't attract ants. Kid, are you leaving bad comments in my chat? I mean, I saw the comment. They were asking Karen who is her favorite artist. I don't see anything wrong with that comment. I don't know why that comment would be deleted out. Yes, Susan, how's how's Tippy doing? You don't have ants? Well, ants don't usually go to a compost pile if you put all like veggies and fruit scraps in it. Sometimes I like the inside of the squash or melons because they're sweet, and sometimes they will go to those. But kid, are you still in the house? It's a spammer and they're changing names. Kid is? Oh, wow. I don't think you really missed anything next door life. Oh, they got about 5 names coming in here. Oh my goodness. I guess they figured they can't do enough damage with just one name, huh? Huh. No, I never got a spanking at school. I never got a spanking at home. I was a good little girl. Who are the trolls here? Well, Susan's saying that Kid is one of the trolls and has several different names. So I don't know. April says I kind of look like a troll. You do not. There, yeah, I noticed that they started asking me stuff, and you notice I did not answer. I thought something when they started asking me, "Do you live alone?" And I think yesterday was wanting to know how old I am, and they're getting too personal. They don't need to be asking questions like that. Susan got spanked once, and she said her dad ripped the principal a new one because I wasn't at fault, and he wouldn't listen. Gave all 3 of us a swats. Hmm. My dad always told us that if we ever got in trouble at school and got spanked at school, that when we got home, we'd get another spanking from him. And we never got spankings either place. Because that just meant we'd get 2 spankings instead of 1. These cats are unreal, y'all. I gotta show them to you. There's Brooklyn. Hi, Brooklyn. I can't tell with the glare, but look at their little buddy stretched out. Isn't that sweet? He loves his swing. I say it's his because he takes it over most of the time. And there's Lucky, he's not moved either. Look how he uses the rock as a pillow. Sound asleep. My fur babies. Get this set back up. You know, I just mowed my whole yard the other day, and I got that old wire. I call it wiregrass. I don't really know the real name for it because it's skinny like a wire, just real thin wire, and it grows straight up, and it's about a foot tall. And it seemed like 2 days after I mowed, I looked out, and there was that wiregrass again. It's like, oh my gosh. I said, I'm not getting back out there this past week to mow it, and I didn't. I don't know when I'll get out there and mow it. There's not that much of it, but there's a lot of it along the street, which makes it look bad. Oh, next door life has got to go. Well, you have a blessed day, have a good night, and have a blessed week until we see you next time. Yeah, that's true, Paul. It's the way they phrase it, the way it it infers something that you can take it either way. Thank you, Shatika. Yeah. Yeah, you can understand if it's just in translation, somebody doesn't speak a good English, but after they put several comments in, you can pretty well tell whether it's just the language barrier or if they really are a troll. John Anderson from Apoca, Florida. Well, hello, wherever you are. I don't see your name somewhere. The cats are so cute. I think I will. And April just watermelon and tea. Oh, goodness. Watermelon sounds so good. Something bit me on my arm right here when I was pulling those tree limb downs out of that cedar tree that are dead. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bites right in a row. It almost looks like mosquito bites, and they were driving me crazy yesterday, right after I got bit. And I never saw what it was, so I don't know what kind of insect it was that bit me. He was referring to the song "Just a Swinging." Hmm. Well, I missed part of the comments, so I guess I didn't get to see all of them, so I wasn't aware completely of what they were putting in the chat. The chat moves so fast sometimes I don't get to see all of it. Oh, there's Connie. She says she's been here all along. She just hasn't come in chat. You asked about John. Well, I see that Dennis mentioned John, and I didn't know if it was somebody in chat or not. I don't know who John Anderson is. And there's Virgo Boy 48. Hello. Welcome to live chat. Yeah, I thought I'd come outside. It's such a beautiful day today. I thought I'd come outside and do the live instead of staying cooped up in the house. Oh, he sings that song. Okay. Just dehydrated and shivering, so I've been watching. You need to get you an electric blanket to wrap up in when you're sitting down, Connie. I've done that on really cold days. I've taken my electric blanket and put it on the couch and use it as a throw blanket. Then I wrap it around me and turn it on low to keep me warm. Because you get colder when you're just sitting, not doing anything. And that blanket sure helped. I had an extra one that was on one of the twin beds when the kids were here. I've kept it all these years because it still works. And that's the one I use as like a throw. So I can stay warm sitting on the couch watching TV, even on a freezing cold day if it's too cold, to sit there. got to check out this candy bar. Where'd it go? Where'd I put it? I keep thinking about it being in here. that April scent. This Kona bar. I told the girl upstairs she needs to come sweep my porch because I just had it all nice and even my moo pots and stuff around yesterday. And her squirrel food is all over it now. Oh no. There's coffee in this. So I don't need to drink coffee and eat this candy, huh? It looks like a harmless chocolate bar, y'all. It really does. It looks like a harmless chocolate bar. But I got to break a little piece off of it and try it. Mmm. Just that one little piece is all I'm going to eat for right now. Because I think I taste a hint of coffee in there. But it's good. It's really good. Mmm. It's Kona coffee, Susan, but it's chocolate. It's really good. Mmm. And it's just like the coffee that she sent. It's really strong, so you have to use it sparingly. Mmm. That is really good. It's stuck to my teeth, but it's good. Mmm. Susan said I made her have to go get her stash. Yeah, it enhances the flavor of chocolate. Yeah, it's so sweet of April to send me all this coffee and the tea. Because she'd already sent me 2 boxes of tea. Pineapple and, was it mango tea? And she sent me more mango tea, pineapple, and the Hawaiian passion fruit tea. I bet that is going to be really good. And then more coffee. She sent me more Maui coffee. This time it's toasted coconut, which that should be real good. And she sent me the pineapple iced tea mix that you just add water to. So I'm going to enjoy all that. I definitely don't have to buy tea or coffee for a while, do I? Yeah, I'm giggling and smiling. Of course we're friends. I'm friends with all my subscribers. I mean, I just know her from YouTube, but she's a friend. I mean, only a friend would do this for you, you know, send you stuff like this. Susan says I don't do coffee. Well, I tried not to drink coffee years ago. And then when I drove home on that trip one time, I was getting so sleepy driving and I didn't want to stop. So I started getting coffee at the gas stations on the way. And I've been drinking coffee ever since. That's all it took was that one trip to go to North Carolina from Texas to start drinking coffee again. Time Traveler likes cherry pie. I like cherry pie too. Oh, goodness. And they have a big cherry tree. Oh, wow. It'd be nice to have a cherry tree. Could we take a little while and go through the list of people who we know here that need prayers, so I can make a list and we know a little bit about, but that's not necessary. Well, yeah, we can make a list. I don't have anything to write on out here, though. I didn't bring paper or pen or anything. But for sure, we need to remember Ann Watson. If you're making a list now, we need to remember Patty C, because she said she was sick and she had a lot of destruction from the storms, the hurricanes and everything. And that's why she's not been in live chat, the last couple of times. And she wanted everybody to remember her in prayer. So that's two right there. Connie needs prayer. Susan, you need to put yourself on that list. Oh, there's a lot of people in my subscribers that need prayer. Jacqueline Martinez or Rodriguez, she needs prayer. You know, she sent me that letter, and I mentioned it in one of the last couple of lives that she was requesting prayer again, that she had surgery. Rebecca, I think, was one that was asking for prayer. Well, hello, Ash. You're messaging with your brother's device. Well, that's okay. Susan got me wrong. I'm sorry about that. I've got to fly. You weren't a troll. Okay. Well, I guess you can talk to Susan. Were you the one that was in here earlier by the name of Kid? Yeah, he's on his brother's device now, so he must have come back in under his brother's name. Are you the one that was Kid before? She put you in timeout? Were you put in timeout under Ash, your brother's name, or was it your other name? Okay, yeah, Jacqueline Martinez. I thought that was the name. She needed prayer. Rebecca needs prayer. I changed the name for the convenience of Granny. Well, there's Rebecca, there's Jackie, Ann Watson, Patty C. I think even Claire Quinn was asking for prayer at one time. Oh, okay. So you changed it to Ash because I couldn't pronounce the Akshitha. I try to sound it out the way it's spelled, and that's probably not the way you pronounce it. Well, I'm glad you came back, Ash. Welcome back. Yeah, we all need prayer, April. Every one of us. I need prayer. Yeah, probably Susan misunderstood something she put in the message. because a lot of the foreign people that are from other countries, they may not spell things exactly like we do or say them the way we do. So it may come up a little bit different in the chat box. This is my brother's device. You put kid. That's my ID on timeout. Yeah, I thought it was kid because I noticed that she put kid on timeout for saying something or asking something. But the only thing I saw was where kid asked who was their favorite artist, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there might have been more to it than that. I don't know. May have been stuff that I didn't see. Yeah, see, Donna Murphy said she liked prayers for her. So put Donna Murphy on the list. The way I do it, instead of making a list, I just say for everybody that comes into chat, all my subscribers. Because I found in one form or another, just about all of my subscribers that come into live chat need prayer for something. They either got caught up in the hurricane or they got health problems. They got financial problems. There's something going on with a lot of people. So most of the time I just say prayers for all of the YouTubers, all the subscribers, all the people that come into my lives, because it's so hard to remember each and every single name individually. Yeah, I agree, Virgo boy. Let's all say a prayer for each other. Okay, that's fine, Ash, or Kid. Brooklyn says, I have vid. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what VID is, so. Yeah. Seemed like I remember you mentioning that one time before. I go testing Thursday hospital procedure. Please pray for my legs. Don't work. Nerve damage from back. Also hips replaced, but keep trying. Well, bless your heart, Jackie. We'll definitely keep you in prayer. For much time I'm on the timeout, Susan. I have no idea. Why did Dennis just delete that? She was asking Susan for how much time was she in timeout. That's nothing to block someone for or put them in timeout. Let them come back in and we'll see what they say. If they disrespect anybody in a comment, then we'll just block them the next time. Bring Ash back in. Bring Kid back in. Give them one more chance. If they do it again, they're gone for good. But they were just asking for how much time am I on time out. And she was asking Susan that. So, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but English B person. Okay, April. Enjoy your shower. Never disrespected anybody. Didn't know such a question is personal. As as Indians are so open, they ask anything. Sorry, Granny, is my Indian gin. Okay, Ash. You have salt and sand on you. Yeah, I know what that's like, April, when you go to the beach. I used to live at the beach too. And the first thing you want to do is just take a shower and get that sand and salt off of you. Well, thank you, Virgo boy. You like my fall setup, huh? Itchy, yeah. But you think you're going to leave? Why, Susan? There's no need for you to leave. Yeah, she's only being protective, and I understand. Yeah, I got some real protectors behind me, haven't I? These moderators will boot you out real quick. And I appreciate that, Susan. But let's give them one more chance. If they do it again, then they're gone. Who wants Texas barbecue? I could eat some Texas barbecue right now if I had it. Don't have any, though. Well, I hope she doesn't get upset with me for telling her to bring you back and then leave herself, because I don't intend for her to do that. I guess maybe she got upset because I said to bring you back in. I just said to give you one more chance, and if anything is disrespected again, we'll just put you in timeout again. But Susan, that's nothing for you to get upset about. Let you do the cooking. You love Texas barbecue. Well, you go right ahead and cook all the Texas barbecue you want, Wilson. I think she did, but who knows? She's asleep. I keep apologizing for looking down, but my camera's up way up there, and I should have brought it in closer, but I didn't. I should have brought it over here beside the chat, but then you couldn't see the pumpkins or anything. So really, April, gotta love a man that can barbecue. Yep. And there's Kevin. Hello, Kevin. You're almost a stranger in my live chats. Where you been? Your indecisive soul won't let you choose for names. Oh well. I'm like that too on some things. I don't know. I keep changing my mind. Brooklyn, I thought you were only 12 years old. You got all that going on and you're just 12 years old? Louisiana homesteads have got shingles. Ooh, you're in a bad way if you got shingles. You been busy, Kevin? Yeah, don't leave us, Susan. My goodness, y'all are too sensitive. Just come down to San Antonio, Texas, and I will do the barbecue. Hey, it ain't that far a drive from here. I might show up. You never know. I've driven to San Antonio before. Seemed like it took me about 6 hours to get there. It was a long drive. Took a good part of the day. It's doing pretty good. I'm working on that raised bed right now. I had put it around the buckets that I got the collards in, but I decided to move it and fill it up and see what I can plant in it and see if it'll work. If it don't, then I'll put it back around my buckets. April says I'll be wearing my cowgirl boots and hat. I'll be waiting. Well, you never know about me, Wilson. I may take off one day and head to San Antonio. Do a live from your backyard. Watch you barbecue. Mine died off this year already. Yeah, it's probably the part of the country you're in. It's still like 81 degrees right now, so it's the perfect weather for a garden to grow. It's not hot, it's not cold. I know you said that before, Brooklyn. I asked you, I thought you were only 12 years old. You're too young to have ulcer colitis and irritable bowel syndrome, I would think. You got a lot of cucumbers? I didn't get just a few, but I've got some growing now in my compost pile. And it's putting out cucumbers. In fact, I'm going to go pick me one and put it in the salad, I think. Okay, what's the favorite, Ash? You have an old school barbecue pit. Okay, Brooklyn, you keep saying you have ulcer colitis and irritable bowel syndrome. What else? You said that like 3 or 4 times already. I thought you were only 12. Aren't you a little bit too young for all that? I mean, I don't know. Maybe young people have it too. I have no idea. When a question is asked and you don't feel comfortable, just say, I'm not answering that, so no one asks that question again. Okay. Brooklyn's not asking a question, though. She just made a statement. But she's put it up there like 3 or 4 times already. And she's put a thumbs down now, so I don't know. I don't know about all that. I really don't. I hear somebody's weed eater running way over there across the street. Sounds almost like an airplane. What question did you ask, Ash, or kid? I don't remember a question you asked. I know somebody asked me if I lived alone, and I didn't answer it because I was busy answering somebody else's statement. Yeah, we did cut a bunch of it down. All of it was getting on the road access, you know, and they don't like it to get too close to the road. I mean, nobody said anything about it, but I knew myself it was getting too close, that it needed to be trimmed back. So Dennis says he's just watching. You're fine, Dennis. There's no problem. There's no problem with Susan either. You watch the video? Yeah, I wish I could remember who it was that was asking me if I was ever going to do just a composting video. And I've done several of those already over the years that I've done this this channel. Gladys was sleeping. Okay, well, you're forgiven, Gladys. Connie and Gladys both are here. I think Connie's mostly watching, though. She's not doing too much in chat. And Susan is, I think, about the same way. She's watching the chat more than she's in the chat. Can we have trivia night at your house and barbecue at the same time? That sounds good to me, Wilson. We can come do that. Oh, me. This is a lazy afternoon, y'all. I had people asking me about the house that was being built next door, wanting to know how far along they come on it. I don't know if anybody is interested in that in the chat or not. Linda, I see a lot of crazy talking here. Hopefully they don't get me started. You seen a lot of crazy talking? I came across several recipes using cucumbers in cooking, soups, stir fries, and that type. Wow. I know I've always heard that a lot of people love cucumber sandwiches. I can't picture or I can't imagine a cucumber sandwich. I'm sorry. That's like putting salad on a bread. I don't think I would care for that. I've never heard of cucumber soup, Kevin. I'm going to have to investigate that. I'm going to have to check up on it. I've never heard of cucumber soup. No, they're not completely finished with it yet. Y'all want to go see it? I mean, I can walk by the street and show it to you what they got done. But you can't go in it or anything. It's creamy good? Okay. Well, I'm going to have to look that up and see what goes into cucumber soup, because I've never heard of cucumber soup. I may have to do a video on that. I like pumpkin soup. I've made pumpkin soup before, and it's real good. So I imagine it's about like making a pumpkin soup. By the time you get through with it, it has a cucumber taste, but it's really good. Gladys, I am aware in your reference to your statement. I am looking. It's a Jewish soup? Okay, well, that's probably why I've never heard of it, because I'm not Jewish. I mean, my sister-in-law probably has. She's Jewish. She was raised Jewish, and she always has Jewish-type food. You've been waiting for your birthday cake? Okay, well, it's on the way. If I'm not mistaken, cucumber soup is cold soup. Really? I wouldn't know. I've never had it. I've never heard of it. It is cold? Okay. Oh no, Sue, Connie, you're at the you're at the hospital ER on IV. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize that, Connie. When did you end up going to the hospital? Last night or today? Connie definitely needs to be put on our prayer list. Kevin, yes, soups, curries, and more. I've made curry before, like a meat curry, and I went real light with the curry spice, and I like it. But like the true Indian curries, or the ones I've tasted, they just have an odd taste with all the curry in it that I'm not used to, and I guess that's why I don't like it. Is I'm not used to that flavor. Yeah, that's what she said, Gladys. She's in the ER at the hospital, and she's on an IV. And I was trying to find out if she went today or last night, or when she ended up in the hospital. Last night at 2:30 a.m., I thought I was dying. I thought the cancer had won, but not yet. But it is not good at all. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Connie. I know you've been having a pretty bad time right now. And not just last night. You've been having a bad time for a while now. But I'm sorry to hear that. My heart goes out to you. Yes, if you will, go ahead and say a silent prayer for Connie and anybody else that's in live chat that needs prayer. Go ahead and say a prayer. We'll take a few minutes just to say a silent prayer for Connie and everybody else. Amen. Yep, I just did, and I hope everybody else did too. Prayers for Connie as well as all the rest that need it. Good gracious, they run in that weed eater a lot. I wouldn't think they had that much grass over there to cut this time of year. That even sounds like it could be a chainsaw. Maybe somebody's over there cutting up trees. Who knows? But I'm going to walk over there and I'll show you the outside of the house from the street if you'd like. I can get the camera out of here without turning off the live. Good gracious. They have gotten all the brick up on the outside of the front. They only put brick on the front and put it on the back. Well, they had brick on now. You know what they did? They put brick on it and then they painted the brick white. I thought they were going to leave the brick color on it. The brick's there, but it's white. And then they got siding on the side of it. I think they ended up painting the whole house, even the siding white. I think she's doing that intentional. She's running a blower on the street. She just wants to make noise to aggravate me because I've been having trouble with. People don't blow the street off. But let her do whatever she wants. Don't bother me. But see how the door is set in? I've never seen one done like that. It's a nice looking house, but I didn't realize they put brick on it and then was going to paint it. But it looks good. Look at that. She's down there blowing the street off. She comes closer to the house thinking she's going to aggravate me. Isn't that petty? She'll be up here at my mailbox in a minute. Look at her. She's on like 20 feet from my property up there on the street. How many people you know take a blower and blow the street off? Let me put this thing back up here. And I think I'm going to move it over here closer. Lower it down a little, if I can. She knows I'm doing a live outside. So she's doing that just for meanness. I know that's what she's doing. No, I don't need a fence. But how many people do you know that come out and actually take a blower, blow the side of the street off, and blow the street all the way up halfway the street? I've never seen anybody do that before. I mean, I'll take my blower and I'll blow the leaves off of my patio, and I'll blow them from under the carport, and then I'll blow them kind of off the street a little bit, but that's as far as I go. I don't go halfway down the street doing it. It's my neighbor that lives down around the corner. The one that I've had problems with. Yep, she's harassing me. Just like she's been doing for a long time. But I'm not going to get into all that, but that's just how petty some people are. Well, she can stay out there and blow up. I don't care. Blow it. Don't bother me a bit. And I'll still be monetized. It don't matter if the blower's in the background or not. It's not music, so it's not hurting my video. I got an airplane coming over now. See, having the camera here to where I can read the chat and not make it look like I'm looking down all the time, then you can't see my pumpkins and stuff. I guess I need to fix it so they're behind me. I'll figure that out next time maybe, and have all my scenery behind me instead of in front. It's a long story, Wilson. But she's been, yeah, I don't even want to talk about it. Because some of my viewers will say that I'm on here complaining about people again, that I'm bullying people, and I'm not intending to do that. I had one viewer tell me that I needed to stop trying to bully people for putting Linda Hauser on the channel and all this stuff. I had to explain to her that, because she said I didn't even have a channel 9 years ago. I said, yes, I did. I had a singing channel years ago, and somebody hacked the channel, and they fixed it so I couldn't even get into my own channel. So that's why I come up with this new channel later. And I had the channel for a long time before I decided to actually do anything with it. That's what I say, Gladys. She'll burn it up pretty soon if she keeps it like that. She's been going all day with it. I mean, it's not just for the last hour or so. She's been going all afternoon with that thing. Yeah, you got to stand your ground sometimes. But yeah, I had people that just ruined my channel years ago. And that's why I never started up a singing channel again. And that's kind of one reason I'm kind of weary about doing much singing on this channel that I've got, even though it's set up so I can. You know, I'm afraid somebody's going to come in there and try to destroy this channel again. And so far, they've not tried to do that too much with my gardening and my cooking and everything else. But they've been trying to copy it. There goes Prime Delivery, delivering next door, and she just left a few minutes ago. It looks like she's living in two places now. They moved out of the new house and into a camper trailer that they got over on the other side of town in a lot, I guess in the trailer park, because she said they were going to rent this house, but she's back over here every day, and they don't have all their stuff before they completely move everything away. Oh, he's bringing me something too. Well, hello.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
Pretty good, pretty good. There you go.
Thank you very much. You have a blessed day.
Let me take a picture real quick.
No doubt about it. I got it in my hands.
Oh, good one.
Oh, you too. I know what that is. It's stuff I ordered for the garden. You know how I told you that Lucky kept getting in my flower pots and stuff? Well, I ordered this powder stuff that you can put in the pot. You just sprinkle a little bit in there, and it acts like a cat repellent. It'll keep them out because they don't like it. And it helps train them not to go in your flower pots, basically. So I'm going to see how it works. See if I can get into it, and I'll show you. It's called cat mace. It trains cats to stay away. So I don't know. I may not even have to use it, but I did order it because I did not want him to get up in the buckets with my collard plants and start laying on them. And so far I've been watching him and he hasn't. So if I don't see him get up there, I won't use any of it. But it's not harmful to the cats. So I wouldn't use anything that's harmful for them. I don't know what it's got in it. It says safe to use around pets, children, and wildlife. It's just an effective repellent that the cats will stay away from if you put it around your plant. You know, you can even use it in your house, it says. Sprinkle a little bit around the plant in the pot, and they'll stay away from it because they don't like it. I don't know what they don't like about it, but repel stray and domestic cats. So we'll see. It's not going to hurt them. So far, I've been putting up, hi, Uncle BB. Get a squirt gun. Well, Lucky normally gets up in the little pots and the flower pots and stuff at night. He likes to curl up in the top of the bucket and go to sleep. But he don't realize he's laying on the plants and he's killing the plants by doing that. I had to put little sticks and twigs sticking up around the pot on the porch to keep him out of the caladium. That's why it's alive now, because the first few times it tried to come up, he was laying on it and it flattened it out and it caused the leaves to die. And I couldn't figure out what was going on with the plant till I opened the door one day, and there he was curled up in there sleeping. And I ran him out and I said, "You don't get up there." So I took some little sticks and twigs and stuck it all around the top of the pot. And go back. He won't go back in there because he can't lay down without laying on top of them. And they've got mats like that with little sticker prongs sticking up that you can lay in your flower beds and stuff. I almost ordered that, but I didn't. Because I don't know how good that'll work in a bucket, because it's round and your plant's in the middle. I'm not sure how I would get it in there without cutting it all up. I love cats too, but they're killing some of my plants, and I didn't want them in my flower pots. You were on your stoop planting mums. Yes, I do. I fertilize with compost tea, and I build my own soil, so most of my soil is compost. That's why my plants grow as good as they do. I compost in place when I build a bucket, like when I made the buckets to plant my collards. I built my own compost in the bucket. I built my soil. I put broken down twigs, tree bark, leaves, cardboard, paper, scraps, leaves from the garden, all that kind of stuff in there. And then I put very little topsoil and potting mix in the very top of it. And then I plant my plant right in it. Works great. I had to put a cough drop in my mouth, y'all, so I won't keep coughing. You always use Miracle-Gro, and your brother says it's deadly chemicals. I've used Miracle-Gro a few times in the past, but I don't really like to use it. I use Epsom salts. That's good to put on your plants. Just put maybe a tablespoon to each plant. Or a lot of times I'll mix it in the compost tea, so when I'm watering the plants, I put the Epsom salts to them as well. And I do fertilizer or fish emulsion. The real strong concentrate. I'll put a little bit of that in my compost tea buckets or my containers and mix it up with Epsom salts, the fish emulsion, whatever else I might want to put in there. And I water my plants, so therefore I'm fertilizing them when I'm watering them with compost tea. And that's the only type of fertilizer I put to my plants is fish emulsion or just my own homemade compost tea. No, I've not. I've tried it. I've not had any luck with strawberries yet. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But I have to read up on strawberries, and maybe I'll try them again, maybe next year, I don't know. Yeah, Epsom salt is real good for your plants. You don't have to put too much, just maybe a tablespoon to each plant. Just maybe a level tablespoon to each plant, and then water your plant. Or do like I do if you use compost tea. Just mix it in your compost tea bucket and then water them with it. No, they've not really ever scratched me, Wilson. I pull their tails and manhandled them. They don't ever scratch me. They know I'm not an enemy. I get scratched from stuff in my garden or on my lot over here when I'm walking through. I got briars out there. I was out there yesterday trying to pick up broken, rotted wood bark and tree limbs that had fallen to put in that raised bed, to build my compost. And I got scratched pretty good on my legs walking out there. Yes, she's still out there blowing, Jana. She'll be there the whole time she thinks I'm live, and then she'll stop. I know. Gladys, I know. I mean, I hate for stuff like that to come into my chat because people think I'm being a bully, and I'm not. I'm just basically defending myself. Connie said we had 2 cats that drove my father up the wall. He would steal whole packages of his jumbo dogs, and they'd climb the Christmas tree. Yeah, my cat that I used to have that was in the house all the time, if I put a Christmas tree up, I guarantee you he's going to climb it. I came home from work one day, my Christmas tree was laying over in the floor because he tried to climb up the tree trunk. And that tree was not big enough and sturdy enough to hold the weight of that cat going up the tree without turning it over. That happened 2 or 3 times. I kept running him away from it. I was in the house when he tried it one time. He got about halfway up it. The tree started to come over, and I grabbed the tree and I ran him out. I said, stay away from my tree. He climbs your curtains. Well, mine never tried to climb the curtains. But when he was a kitten, he would climb my pants leg, getting up in my face. If I had on long pants and he was meowing around me wanting attention and I didn't pay attention to him, he'd come up my pants leg, come right on up my blouse, get right in my face. Meow, meow, meow. Like, pay attention to me. I demand your attention. Oh no. That happened to your mom, 1970, too much rum. Yeah, she's the one that I had to call the police on. And she's not to come near my yard. And if she does come in my yard, I'm just supposed to call the cops and they're going to come arrest her. That's what they said they do. Because she's been told to stay away and leave me alone, stop harassing me. But she believes she can do anything she wants. Karen, do I see your cut post? I don't know. I probably missed them. Let me go back and see. Wow, I've had quite a few. Many years my grandma used small baby food jars with white vinegar and poke holes in the lid in beds or pots, and it worked. Wow. That's nice to know. Just white vinegar will keep them out, huh? Yeah, but I've never had him to, when he was alive and here, I never had him to climb the curtains. He'd climb my pants leg in a heartbeat and get up in my face if I wasn't paying attention to him, because he demanded your attention. But he finally got so big he couldn't climb up my pants leg anymore. He was too heavy. He couldn't do it. Well, thank you. I wasn't probably standing down there in one spot with that thing running like that. It is so petty to be that way, you know. That coffee does, I mean, that candy bar does have coffee in it. It has actual coffee grounds in that candy bar. Because I just got one in my mouth from when I ate that piece of chocolate a while ago, and I bit down on it, and it's a grain of coffee. No, I didn't get a buzz. Yeah, but I didn't realize I knew they were over there painting the other day, but I never noticed. I didn't realize they painted the whole side of the house white, because the siding was like a cream color, which was a nice color. But for some reason, they decided to paint the front, the brick, and the siding all white. They could have just left the brick look up there. I thought that looked good too, but I would rather have it all brick or all the siding, not just the front brick. But, you know, a lot of people do that. Yeah, my yard boots are about shot. I noticed the other day the side of it is splitting at the top. So now sometimes I get water in my boot and my feet get wet. But it still keeps ants and other bugs off my feet when I'm walking around the yard. But I'm pretty soon going to have to get a new pair of boots. Yeah, that's what surprised me when we went over there to see it. I had pictures of it the other day with the brick on the front. But, yeah, then they come back over here and painted the sides and then painted the brick, too. So it's all white on the outside now. But, you know, hey, it's their house. They're building it. It's not mine, so. Gladys said she stopped. Let's see what she brings. No, she's not stopped. She's still got it going. You don't hear it? His cheeks, he started coming over and standing behind the screen door, is that cat that hates me. Huh. Tom Traveler said, if I have caffeine in the afternoon, I'll be awake till 4 a.m. Sometimes I've been known to drink a cup of coffee maybe around 5 p.m. with dinner, but I wouldn't want to drink it later than that. But you know, really, I've never had a problem. Usually I could drink a cup of coffee or a hot cup of tea and I go right to sleep, if it's going to be a time that I can sleep. My grandmother, my mom's mom, she always drank hot tea. She never ever drank coffee, but she drank hot tea every day. She was, every once in a while throughout the day, she'd sit down and have a hot cup of tea. She drank it with breakfast, lunch, supper, and in between times. If she sat down and took a break during the day, she was drinking a hot cup of tea. Well, I've got a blower that I run, and I've done it. And actually, the area of the yard out here where my sweet potatoes are need to be blowed off now because it was a rock patio they put down. But over the years, dirt has blowed over it. You still see the rocks, but right now the rocks are covered with acorns and leaves and dirt that's blowed over there. And about once a year, I'll take my blower and I'll blow all that rocks and leaves and dirt and stuff off to the other part of the yard where I can rake it up and put it in the compost pile. And then sometimes I'll come out here and I'll blow under the patio, not under the patio, but under the carport, and blow the leaves off of under the carport because they get pretty thick sometimes. And when it rains or the dew falls, they stick to your feet and you put them in the car with you. So I'll come out here with the blower and just blow them off a little bit. Blow them on the side of the yard, where I mow them and mulch them down. But just to get them off the rocks here under the carport. But I don't really like using it because it stirs up so much dust that I don't like using the blower because of my allergies. I breathe too much of the dust when it's in the air like that. So I try not to use it any more than I have to. I was out here earlier today and I was actually sweeping the sidewalk off under the patio here and everywhere because I had so many acorns I couldn't even walk down it without crunching like I was walking on potato chips. I don't know, April. I mean, she's got a nice sized yard, but she don't have that much grass or anything growing there. And I can't understand why she'd take a blower and blow that much. I mean, that's ridiculous, It just shows how petty she is. She's even been known to come around, walking around the edge of my property lines, looking over in my yard to see what's going on. And she's already been told that that's trespassing too because she doesn't own the other lots. Somebody else does. She doesn't. And that's harassment as well. It's just, if she's, a foot away from my property line and she's over here watching me, that's harassment. So, I'm not trying to bully anyone. I'm the one that's being bullied. I mean, she caused a big mess at one of our homeowners meetings, and I never said a word. I come home, and then she come to my house. After that, I asked her politely to leave, get off my porch, leave. I asked her 3 or 4 times to leave. She wouldn't leave. I opened the door. I told her 3 or 4 more times, leave, and do not come back. She just stood there. Well, I escorted her down my sidewalk, under my carport, and then she finally walked on her own and got in her truck and left. And I told her, do not ever come back. And I called the cops. And I told them what was going on and what she did at the meeting and everything. And he said, well, if she comes back again, don't even say nothing to her. Call me and I will come arrest her for criminal trespassing. So I said, okay. And I've not spoken to that woman since. And she just needs to stay away. But that's why she's doing this. But I said I didn't want my live chats to be like this. And it's Anna34. Thank you so much. Sticky white stuff comes out of my... What? Now, I don't know. That was a super chat with a dirty remark. I don't know how to take that. Y'all, that's got to be a bunch of kids because I just checked that channel out and it's a bunch of kids' pictures. It's 80 degrees here now. It's just dropped a degree. It was 81. 81 and sunny. It's still like summer. I mean, like I said, we don't get our first frost even till like the first or second week in November. And even then we have days like today where it's in the 80s. What's for supper? I'm going to eat my chicken livers and rice that I cooked. You know, I told you earlier that I either had to cook them or I was going to run out of date on them. So I went ahead and cooked them and poured some rice in the pot and made some chicken livers and rice, and that's what I'm going to eat for dinner. I didn't make a video on it because I've made a chicken liver and rice video before. I don't know. She's still got it running. I don't know what's going on with her. Don't really care as long as she stays out of my business. And stays away from me. See, she owns part of this privacy fence. Part of it is the neighbor that lives across the street. On the other side, it's his backyard. And her fence is connected to it. But it's connected way back down there, not up here. She told me one time, she said, well, you don't have to use a water hose to wash your sidewalk off. You can use a blower like I do. Well, I got news for her. I was using a blower on my sidewalk before she ever moved here. She's only been here for a couple of years. I knew the people that lived down there before she ever moved in. There were a lot better people than she is. Oh, you got some spaghetti. TJ made you some spaghetti and meatballs. Well, that sounds good, Gladys. How long we been on here? About two and a half hours. I got so many people been coming in that I hate to end the live. But she watches my videos. I know she does. So she knew exactly when I was going live. She knows I go live at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday. And that's when she started with it. Just about the time I got everything set up, she started it. But that's okay. That's just showing what kind of person she is. She'd do anything at this point to aggravate me that she thought she can get away with. And I don't care. As long as she doesn't come around me. Just stay away. Because it don't hurt my live at all. So what are the rest of y'all having for dinner tonight? If you're in an area, depending on the time zone, if it's your dinner or your breakfast or your lunch, I don't know. Yeah, it's been real dry here, Jana. Dry and hot all over again. No rain for several weeks. We desperately need rain because the ground is so dry it's like powder. And living on a rock mountain where it's basically nothing but rock and sand, the ground does not hold moisture at all. That's the reason I went to planting in totes and buckets and pots. That's one reason I'm kind of wary about the raised beds, because there's no bottom in them. There's no way to hold water in the bottom. So I lined it with a little bit of plastic. I've got it so it can drain, but it'll hold somewhat under there. Not much, but like I said, I'll try it. If it doesn't work, I'll take it and use it as a border around my buckets again, like I did originally with the collards. Or I'll use maybe 18-gallon totes inside it and use that as a frame around it to where I can cover it with a shade cloth, or I can cover it with the plastic to turn it into a greenhouse, you know, to start plants early or something like that. We'll see. But if I can get it finished in time with enough soil in it, I want to transplant some more of my collards in that raised bed. That's my intention and that's my goal. But I've only got it about half full so far, not even half full. I've got to take the wheelbarrow out of the shed, rake up a bunch of leaves and stuff, and start putting leaves in there right at this point. I don't know, time traveler. She's still got it running. But at least she's way over on the other side. I want some of your spaghetti and meatballs, Gladys. Has my chat frozen or what here? See everyone later. I'm going to eat. God bless. You too, Gladys. You enjoy your spaghetti and meatballs. We'll see you later. We're not going to be on here much longer. Are you still in the hospital, Connie? Are they going to keep you there like overnight or something, or what's going on? Yeah, you always got to have garlic bread with spaghetti and meatballs. Night, I'm hungry, Donna says. Okay, bye. Enjoy your meal, Donna. And I guess it's time for all of us to get off of here. We've been on here for 2.5 hours. That's way long for a live chat, I think. Even though I've still got 51 watching, so. Yeah, she told us earlier in the chat that she was in the emergency room at the hospital and they got her on an IV. She went to the hospital at 2:30 in the morning. And I was wondering if they were going to keep her there or if they're going to let her go home or what's going on. Wilson said keep going. You want to see how long the blower runs? Oh, I see. Yeah, I figured they're probably going to keep you until they get some kind of test that reads you're okay or something. I don't know what they were testing you for, so. Till your blood tests read better. Okay. Well, we're all going to keep you in prayers, Connie. Jackie M says, bye for now. I enjoyed so much chatting and mods are great. Bye, Linda. Well, bye, Jackie. You have a blessed evening. Have a blessed day and week this coming week. And we'll see you on the next live, okay? Have a blessed night. No, it's still running, but she's way on the other side and you don't hear it that much now as she does when she was right up the hill. I mean, there's no need in her doing all that. She's just going to work herself to death for nothing. Nobody cares. She doesn't live in a $500,000 home environment, you know. Paperwork, and I am at the hospital I work at, so they may pay it all. Don't know. Well, let's hope they pay it all. And Janice says, I am here. Yeah, I know I kept saying something about ending the chat. I hate to end the chat because I feel like as long as Connie's in our chat, we are kind of supporting her a little bit by being here. Just chatting with her and stuff. They want me to stay and start treatment again, but I can't. No medical. But I have low income. Well, you know, just being a low income, you should be able to get assistance with that medical bill. I mean, if you can't pay, you can't pay. Those saying you can't get blood out of a turnip. Is your own doctor at this hospital that where your own doctor's treating you? Because your own doctor should submit paperwork to get the bill paid, knowing you can't pay it. Well, and she's got a lot of problems. I mean, similar to you, you know, you've got a lot of problems, not just one. And that's kind of the way Connie is. Yeah, I got tons of acorns been dropping here. They kind of slacked off a little bit, and I don't get so many dropping all at one time now, but they're still dropping. Because I swept a ton of them off of the concrete earlier today. Well, I hope so. Maybe the CEO can do something and get you some help. Yep, she's still blowing, Jana. I don't know what she's blowing other than dirt. Yeah, I started using a blower many, many years ago because it was hard for me to rake the yard and it was hard for me to sweep the sidewalk off with all the concrete with my back and neck injury. So I'd come out here and I'd blow it all off in my yard and push it all up to one side of the yard, and then I could scoop it up and put it over in the compost pile, or I could put it in a pile and burn it. But I didn't like burning it because sometimes it would just smolder for days, and I didn't like that. So I started just putting all the leaves and stuff in a compost pile. Turn it into garden soil so it's useful. I don't feed them, but they have so many acorns around here, they don't need to be fed. They go around to the bird feeders and they get bird seed. The squirrels eat my bird seed. But they have plenty of acorns here, so they don't go hungry. The squirrels tease your dog. Yeah, blowers are awesome because it's rock and gravel under my carport. It's not like solid concrete or anything. And the only way to get the leaves off of all that area under the carport is to take a blower and literally blow the leaves off of the top of the rocks. And it works great. And I just blow them in the other part of the yard. No, I am not gay. Bray Barnes, whoever you are. And why would you even ask someone that? Yeah, I've been watching my banana trees. I got to go water them. Put a little bit of compost tea on them. What makes you think I am, Bray? That's ridiculous. I am not gay. I have huge stalks of bananas right now. I don't. My little banana trees are maybe that tall. They start growing good and then it warms up during the day like it has been, and they're out in the sun, and the leaves just kind of don't like the heat. Well, there is programs. You just have to let them know at the hospital that you don't have the money to pay the bill and you need treatment, and they should work with you and tap into these organizations that help pay these hospital bills. Well, I put him in timeout myself because I don't appreciate that kind of a question. I told him no, and then he comes back and says, yes, you are. Well, goodbye, Bray. But the thing of it is, I'm not, and I never will be, and I don't appreciate somebody arguing with me in chat saying that I am when I say I'm not. That is just downright rude. Yeah, it's downright rude to read that some of the YouTubers that don't like me and would love to see them just ruin my channel. Yeah, and why does he even need to know if I am or not? It's none of his business. I mean, I'm not, but it's none of his business if I was. Right, Dolly, who cares? Well, if he comes back in with any of those types of comments, any of my moderators are free to block him. Just get rid of him. Hide him from the channel is the best thing to do. That way he can come in to chat all he wants, but nobody will see him. I will get free hospice when I get to that point. I met with a lawyer, my autistic, so is well taken care of. I set up a designated guardian, and I already have funds in an account to care for him. Oh, you're talking about your son. Yes, you had to stay in a network when I had medical till I had to leave because I barely can walk now. And I am so sorry about all that, Connie. And I don't know what that truck is. It comes by every day playing this music, and I don't know if it's an ice cream truck or what it is, but it comes by every day. And I don't know if it's going to hurt my monetization or not. It's a Mexican food truck is what it is. Did y'all hear the music? No, it wasn't ice cream. It's a Mexican food truck. They must sell burritos and all kind of Mexican food or something. Yeah, Connie, all of us have some things that we have to deal with, health problems, but some is worse than others. And I know you've got severe problems that you're having to deal with. And I know it is not fun. I mean, it could get you down. It would get me down to have to go through what Connie's been going through with her job, with her doctors, with a lot of stuff. No, it was not your business, Bray. I'm not gay. I told you I was not. And I didn't appreciate you coming back in here and say, yes, I am. No, I'm not. Never will be. Are you? Yeah, he could either go along with the rules or he's gone. I mean, thank you, Wilson. That's the way to do it. Just block his butt. I can't tell how much time is on my battery on my camera up there. Little buddy got off of the swing. Oh, he's under the table spread out with his belly flat down now. They're always close when I'm out here. You know, they hear me talking and they stay right close to where I'm at. If I got up and started walking around the back of the house, they'd be right there with me. Oh, I was going to show them to you if I can. I don't know. I might disconnect us trying to flip the camera. See, there's Lucky right down there. He hasn't hardly moved at all. He just flipped over on the opposite side. And little buddy got up off of the swing and got under the table. He was laying flat of his belly until I started to show him, and he rolled over. Get my leg out of the way so you can see him. So they're not far away. Now, if I go in the house and I don't come out for a while, they might start roaming the neighborhood a little bit. But for the most part, they stay right here. Cruising in the carport. Yeah. He tired. They imprinted on you the same as mine has. Yeah. Connie says it's the pain that gets her down. I have high tolerance and I am allergic to anesthesia, most of them, so I am tough. Wow. I can't imagine being allergic to anesthesia that they give you for the pain, you know, if you're going through any kind of procedure or anything. Make box that looks like jail with marker. What? Talking about making a cat box that looks like a jail with a marker? Hey, Paul's in the garden. How are you doing? The cat will climb into it. Well, like I said, I thought about building them a little cat house, you know, like you build little dog houses. Maybe build them a cat house and put it under the patio to where if it rains, you know, the opening to the cat house is facing the house. So even if it's a blowing rain, it's not going to blow in their little house and they can get in it and be safe. I mean, if they're under the carport, they're not going to get wet anyway unless it's a blowing rain. But I thought about doing that. But I said I'm liable to go to all that trouble and then they won't even get in the darn house. They won't even go in the box. Kevin said cat will climb into it. And there's Cindy Sandu. Hello, Cindy. We're doing fine. Have logs. I don't know, vlogs from Pakistan. Well, welcome. I can't pronounce your name, but you're welcome. There's some videos that I watch of people over there around Pakistan, Iran, in that area. I find it very interesting how they dig caves and actually build a house in a cave. I mean, it's unreal. It's phenomenal, I think. I mean, how they do that. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of work just to build a regular house, too. What's going on with the chat today? Not a whole lot. We've just been chit-chatting and talking with Connie. She's in the emergency room with an IV. She went to the hospital, but she said about 2:30 this morning. Pin my ID, please. Why would I do that? Yeah, so, you know, I showed gifts that April sent, which are beautiful, with lots of tea and coffee and a coffee candy bar, which I've already sampled. It's a Kona bar. It's got chocolate in it, but it's got coffee in it too. I mean, pure coffee grounds. Because I got a couple of coffee grounds in my mouth that I was chewing up after I swallowed the candy. I just put a little piece in my mouth because I wanted to sample it. It's pretty good. Yeah, we had a few trolls, but, you know, I set the settings this time on only subscribers can come into chat. So they have to at least subscribe to the channel before they can come into chat. Last night, it was open. I had an open chat where anybody could come into chat, whether you were a subscriber or not. So I decided to put this one a closed chat just for subscribers. And I figured that might keep down some of the harassment. Friends join me. Coffee between your teeth. Yeah. Something like that, April. And there wasn't that much coffee in there, but there was a couple of little coffee grounds in there because I felt them in the chocolate. There was just a few in there, but there was chocolate, coffee grounds in the chocolate. Yeah, I'm hoping the best for Connie. I feel for her. I mean, I hate the situation she's in with her health and everything. Well, thank you for that, Wilson. Okay, Connie. Well, I don't think we're going to be on a whole lot longer anyway. I mean, it's right at 3 hours. I mean, we've had a pretty long live here. I smell my sweet potatoes cooking. Sounds good. Sweet potatoes right now sounds good. Yeah, I like for my chats to be light and airy and happy and cheerful, and I want it to be an uplifter to people, not something to bring people down and put them in a bad frame of mind or stress them out. You know, that's not my intention with my lives. My Sunday afternoon chat is just that, a Sunday afternoon chat. Meet and greet. Come in here and chat with people. Have a good time. Uplift people. Pray for people. Support other people. Oh my goodness, Connie, that's bad. Her son is freaking out. They told me he can stay tonight if it comforts him. Well, that's good. And it probably made you feel better too if he's there. Yeah, Kai must be working or he's at the park with his friends or his kids watching football or something. I am. You're barbecuing right now? What are you barbecuing, Wilson? That's what locals do here. Cindy says I'm still in my PJs. Well, it's a different time where you're at. Barbecue pineapple, Wilson. Lazy day. Chicken and pork rinds. Okay. I got bugs flying around me. You know, the sun's, it's getting late. The sun's going to be down pretty soon, so the bugs are coming out. Yeah, shoe fly. Well, y'all, it's been fun. I just don't want to keep you on here, keep dragging on with it. But, I hate to leave. I'd like to stay on here and support Connie even more, but she may be even tired of being in chat too, so. Purdue perfect portions of homemade potato salad. Potato salad sounds good right now, but I've already got my chicken livers and rice cooked that I'm going to heat up, and that's going to be dinner. As soon as I get all this put in the house and everything's put away, I can sit down and eat. Yeah, if he's upset now, Connie, I mean, it's understandable, though. I mean, you're his mother. I think any child would be upset if their parent was in the hospital with something seriously wrong with them. I know my son liked to went off the deep end when they diagnosed me with cancer years ago. Thank God I really didn't have it. There went some kind of a dune buggy. I don't know what that was. Some kind of big wheel golf cart thing. It was a dune buggy, really, not a golf cart. Maybe. Uncle B, that's funny. Yeah, it's always good to get on here and chat a bit. He knows we are attached at the hip and we're strength for each other. Well, it's good that they'll let him stay, if he wants to, if that's necessary. It's good that they understand and let him stay. I mean, if it was my mom or dad in the hospital, I wouldn't want to leave them there. I want to stay there all night if I could. But with my dad, when he was sickly before he died, he was in the VA hospital. And there's no way they would allow anything like that. And I didn't even live in that town or in that state. Linda, don't say cat house. Well, what would you call it if you made a little house for a cat, a kitten, a kitty cat, a fur baby? A fur baby house? I don't know. I can't call it a dog house, a pet house. I don't know. What would you call it, Uncle BB? Yeah, that's one reason I love going live, Don, is because there's so many of you people out there that enjoy getting on here. You're able to chat with people. Maybe you can't get out and go places, but it helps that you can go in and get in here on a chat and just talk with people through the chat. It's an uplifting thing that you can do. A feline condo. Okay, there you go. I'll build 2 feline condos, put them side by side, and see if either one of them go in. Oh no, we can't call it that. April. He is the greatest gift God ever granted me. He is 26 and still can't go without a diaper. He is very immature and can't take care of himself. He is verbal, but like a very young child. I'm so sorry, Connie. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I wish there was something I could do to change it all. But there's nothing we can do but care and pray and be there. Be here in chat for you. Uncle BB. Tell me not to call it a cat house, but you would be willing to call it that? Oh, no. No, no, no. Exactly. Sometimes y'all are the only ones I get to talk to. Well, I'm glad, Donna. At least you're chatting with us. You're talking to us. And Wilson says, I watch your videos most of the time. Well, thank you, Wilson. That's one reason I just like to go live and sit and chat with people. It makes my day, and I know it makes other people's day, a lot of you. Just love to get in here and see what everybody else is doing and chat. And enjoy the afternoon chatting with people. Yeah, it's fun to giggle and laugh. It's uplifting. Puts you in a good frame of mind. Yeah, and get rid of the trolls. I figured if I made it just so the subscribers came in to live chat, that would keep them out. But you can see there's people, they don't mind subscribing just to come in and harass everybody, and then they just unsubscribe later. But it helps a little bit. Well, y'all, it's over 3 hours now. I hate to leave, but I'm getting tired. I've got all this stuff to move in before it gets dark. I'm getting hungry, so I want to go in there and warm up me some chicken and rice and eat my dinner. And I'm sure everybody else, if it's your dinner time, you want to do the same if you haven't already. Kevin says, okay. All right, everybody. I love you. Prayers for you, Connie. Prayers, Donna. Prayers, Cindy. Prayers, everybody. We say prayers for all of the subscribers, all of the YouTubers. Y'all have a blessed night. Have a blessed day tomorrow. And have a safe and blessed week. And I'll see you on the next live. And you know me, I'm liable to go live anytime. I may pop up live tomorrow afternoon. You'll never know. We may pop up live just to see how Connie's doing. Would y'all like to do that? Just have a pop-up live sometime tomorrow afternoon just to check on Connie. And check on Donna and check on maybe Patty C. I don't know when she'll be able to come back in. Okay, April Wilson, we just might do that. So y'all be looking. If you have your notifications on, if I decide to go live, you'll be notified. So y'all have a good night. I'll see you on the next one. Love y'all. Bye now.